Good morning. Beautiful day today. It's quite humid. I don't know how long I'll last because I don't cope well in the heat, but we're here first thing in the morning and we've got a few jobs to do. I planted some peas and some green beans and some French beans, runner beans a while ago once I dug up the first earlies in the same border. So they have got to the stage where they need to be staked now because they're starting to get a bit tall. So we've got that to do. And some other odds and ends. I've got some broccoli to harvest and I might get round to thinning out my strawberry bed, which has got far too many plants in. But the first thing I want to show you is, a couple of videos ago I showed you how to make a slug trap with yeast and sugar and flour and water. And in case any of you doubted that my slug trap would be absolutely fabulous, I'm going to show you now. It's like carnage, slug carnage. So this is the slug trap here. If you saw the last video, you'll know we've got mischievous crows and I have to hide them because otherwise the crows come and lift the slug traps out and throw them across the garden for some reason. Can you see that? I don't know whether you can see that. Look at that. Oh, manging. There's loads of slugs in there, loads and loads of them. Yuck. I'll leave that for another day or so and then I'll change it out. Once the seedlings start sprouting again, I'll have to put some more of them down to get the blighters. This is the border that we're going to be working on today mainly. As I say, it had the first earlies in, which we took up about, I don't know, a month or so ago. And now I've got some Swedes, which are fine, they're a bit moth-eaten. Then I've got some dwarf French beans. They're called Blauhild. They're a purple bean which turn green when you cook them. Then I've got a row of runner beans. I did just kind of mix everything in here. I wasn't sure what I had planted and I just tried to plant the same ones in rows, so it's a bit funny. But that's me runner beans. In the middle there, I've just staked them already this morning because I realised they were getting really quite tall. And then behind that I've got a second crop of peas. I hope they work, but they all need staking as well, so that's what I'm going to be doing today. I put stakes in, just 3 on each side. I've got like 2 rows of French beans in here. I'm a bit short on stakes for getting all these peas done as well, so I've just put 3 in. This is pretty good, kind of, I guess it's plastic covered wire mesh. I mean, it's quite heavy duty for a job like this, but this is when we got the hens. We bought this to make the hen run outside and we got too much of it, so it's ideal for here. So I'm just going to measure it off and then tie a bit on either end. I can use string to attach this, or I'm just going to try and wrap it round. That might do.
Are you coming along this side?
Yeah. I use a bit of string to tie it to the top. It's not as good as that actually, this stuff. We've weaved this stuff in and out of the bamboo canes. We didn't do it on this bit, but it's better doing that. It's made the whole thing a lot sturdier. I mean, it's pretty rickety, but it'll be all right. Just tie the top to stop it from slipping down. happy enough with that. These peas are a tall variety, and we had them in another part of the garden, but they were head height. These stakes aren't really long enough, but I'm short on stakes, so I'm thinking that because I planted these later, they maybe won't grow so tall, and these height stakes will do. Anyway, it's gonna have to do because it's all we've got. I don't even know if I'm gonna have enough to do all the peas. I have to get some really short stakes in. Tricky with four.
Yeah. Let's make sure we keep it tight though. It seems a bit too long.
Well, you just do it tight from your end. Or do you want to do it? That'd be right.
It'll be fine, yeah.
There you go, that's the bit of staking done for the peas and the beans. As I say, it's pretty rickety, but mine are always like that. They always seem to work though in the end. This is the strawberry bed. It's finished fruiting now. It's way too packed with strawberry plants, so I'm going to thin it out. But if you want to propagate strawberries, it's extremely easy. We started out last year with this strawberry bed. This was made out of pallets, this raised bed, and all around the side there are the little slots from the ends of the pallets, and I literally just had 10 strawberry plants planted in these pockets round the side, and in the middle I had carrots and onions. After they had finished fruiting, they put off all these runners like this, and I just trained all the runners, once the carrots and the onions were done, into the centre. There you go, that's how many strawberries I've got. I wouldn't care, I've already thinned this out. I think I thinned it out in the spring. I took loads of plants out and gave them away to people, but there's too many in. I can see it's overgrown, so we're just going to try and make it look a bit more reasonable now. When you have your strawberry plants in, after they've fruited, they send out these runners like this. If you're happy with how many strawberries you've got, you need to cut these off, because a lot of the energy from the plant will go into this. This is the strawberries' way of reproducing. If you want more strawberries, if you want to grow them on for friends or family, or if you just want more in your own garden, take this runner, leave it attached to the plant, and if you see this piece here, that's another little strawberry plant starting there. That, if it touches the ground, will start to grow little roots coming out, and it'll grow into a new plant. So you can push that down, either just push it down, maybe weight it down with a little stone, or if you've got a little, tent peg or something like that, you can just push it against the soil and it'll naturally grow little roots. If you wanted to do it in pots, you could pull it outside your bed like that and get a little pot with some compost in and push it down into the compost, just so this end here is touching, and the roots will come. After a few weeks of that, you can just cut this runner off from the mother plant, and that's you got another plant there. It's just almost impossible to see. I think we'll just have to pull some stuff first to try and...
First to make some space.
So there you go, we're being quite ruthless really. You've taken out over half of what was in there, but I think it needed doing. It's very overgrown. I think I'll get a better crop next year if I do this. Shall I take that one out? Take that one out. Just giving them a bit more space to grow and breathe, and taking off any runners that we've seen. It's a runner. So there's a good example of a runner. I'll snap it off and show you. That was the runner coming off the original mother plant. That was the little stalk coming off. That's where it's gone into the ground, and that's the roots coming off it. So you can see that's now a new strawberry plant. If you push that into a pot or into the ground, that would be a strawberry plant. So that's quite an amazingly large pile of stuff we've pulled out. Masses of it. There's actually so much I haven't got room on my compost heap because I just put all the pea plants on there yesterday, so I'll just have to set it to one side until the compost goes down a bit. Quite ruthless, but I think it definitely needed doing, and I think my strawberry plants will be much happier because of it. Got quite a few things done at the allotment today. I'm pretty pleased to get that pea framing up and the strawberry bed thinned out. That was weighing on my mind. I thought it was going to be harder than it was. In fact, it was just brute force and ripping things out in the end. Next video we're going to tackle this border here. This is the border that we took the peas out from yesterday. I've got lots of seedlings at home, not quite ready to go in, but when they're ready we'll do a video on that and show you hopefully what should be a late summer, early autumn crop of food for us. Bye!